All right, let's get started. Welcome back to our Revize webinar series. Today we will be going over top cybersecurity trends. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Your host for today will be myself, Kathleen McGee, Marketing Specialist. And of course, as always, some housekeeping. There will be a recorded version on the Revize site afterwards, as well as YouTube. We do ask that you please hold all questions till the end for the designated question and answer time. And of course, we encourage you to follow us on social media to keep up with any upcoming webinars, case studies, trade shows, and much more. A little bit about us, some housekeeping. We have been in the business for over 25 years, and we have a very experienced and diverse team of employees. We specialize in creating beautiful, accessible, and responsive government websites. We are headquartered in Troy, Michigan, but we serve government agencies all across the U.S. Now we will dive into the presentation, which will be going over the top cybersecurity trends of 2024. And there will be information and sources cited throughout. And if you have any questions, again, please hold them till the end. And the resources will also be attached to the uploaded video if you have any more curiosity or insight. Throughout the presentation as well, feel free to take notes. The information is displayed on the slide as it is more of an informative presentation. So stay tuned and let's get started. Introduction. By the end of the coming year, the cost of cybersecurity attacks on the global economy is predicted to top around 10.5 trillion. This large sum does reflect the growing need for cybersecurity to be treated as a strategic priority on an individual, organizational, and government level. And again, that's credited to Bernard Marr. We will now move forward to the first trend, which is the cybersecurity skills shortage. There is a shortage of professionals with the skills needed to protect organizations from cyber attacks, which continues to be the running theme this year. It appears it is getting worse, and research shows that majority, around 54% of these cybersecurity professionals, believe that the impact of skills shortage on their organizations has really worsened over the past 2 years. Efforts are expected to rectify this situation to include a continued increase in salaries paid to those with necessary skills, as well as greater investment training, development, and upskilling programs. Our next trend will be how soft skills are also becoming increasingly essential. Cybersecurity professionals will increasingly be expected to take on more complex workloads during 2024 as the threat landscape grows even more sophisticated. But this is just not in technical sense. Those with responsibility for countering cyber threats will also find themselves tasked with more complex social and cultural aspects of threat mitigation. This will lead to a growing reliance on soft skills such as interpersonal communication, relationship building, and problem solving. Our next trend of 2024 will be our generative AI. As AI increases in a sophistication and at a frankly alarming rate, we will continue to see more sophisticated and smart AI attacks, of course. This will range from deepfake social engineering attempts to automated malware that adapts in order to evade detection. It will help us detect, evade, or neutralize threats because of automated incident response. We will now take a brief interlude and look over the definition of exactly what deepfake attack means, which is a manipulated fake content that seeks to deceive viewers. It is created by combining existing images, video, or audio of a person in AI-powered deep learning software that allows for manipulating this information into new fake pictures, videos, and even audio recordings. Cyber criminals can use deepfake technology to create scams, false claims, and hoaxes that undermine and destabilize organizations. In a deepfake attack, criminals use synthetic audio to mimic the tone, inflection, and idiosyncrasies of an executive or other employee to ask for a money transfer or access to sensitive data. Terrifying. Moving forward would be phishing attacks, which would then include the social engineering attacks involving trickling users into giving attackers access to systems, which will also increase in sophistication. Generative AI, such as ChatGPT, tools enable more attackers to make smarter, more personalized approaches, and deepfake attacks will, of course, as we mentioned, become increasingly prevalent. The response to this will largely revolve around organization-wide awareness and education, although AI as zero trust will also play a growing role, which will bring us into our next trend, which is zero trust. Zero trust. Basically, the fundamental concept of zero trust evolves as systems become more complex and security integrates into business strategy. Zero trust states that there is no perimeter within network activity that can be assumed to be safe. As the threat landscape evolves, this principle extends beyond the corporate network to the ecosystem of remote workers, partnered organizations, and IoT devices. This year, Zero Trust moves from being a technical network security model to something adaptive and holistic, enabled by continuous AI-powered real-time authentication and activity monitoring. Moving forward to our next trend would be cybersecurity regulation. Governments and organizations are becoming more increasingly aware of risks to national security, which is a positive aspect, and to the economic growth posed by cyber threats. The potential social and political fallout of large-scale data breaches is also a major factor in emergence of new regulations around cybersecurity issues. Our last and final trend of 2024 to go over will include cyber resilience being beyond cybersecurity. Two terms that often are used interchangeably are cybersecurity and cyber resilience. However, this distinction will become increasingly important during 2024 and beyond. While the focus is primarily on preventing attacks, the growing value placed on resilience by many organizations reflects the hard truth that even the best security can't guarantee 100% protection. Resilience measures are designed to ensure continuity of operations, even in the wake of a successful breach. Developing the capability to recover in an agile manner while minimizing data loss and downtime will be the main priority. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the presentation. I hope that it was informative, and we will now move on to our question and answer time. Feel free to type any questions that you have in the chat below, as well as scan the QR code on the screen, which will allow you to follow us on social media to keep up with our future webinars. Thank you again.